Hi guys, and welcome to Click Sports. My name is Shalom Habu, and without any further ado guys, let us jump into our talking points and stories for today's video.
I need that magic.
Are watching Click Sports. Click to explore the games.
So where do we start from now? There was so many exciting games over the weekend. We saw some great games in the EPL, saw some exciting games in Serie A, and also the La Liga too was also there to give us the quality standard of football that we always expect. So guys, let's jump into our talking points and our stories, and let's start with the EPL. So right, in the EPL, United lost at home to Brighton. At home, of all places to lose is at home. United, you guys are not doing well. But yeah, what was a dismal start? Continuation of the dismal start to the season United have had with a shambolic performance at home to an entertaining and determined Brighton. Very dangerous team as well. None other than Welbeck. Remember him, United fans? Well, he was on hand to give Brighton the lead. It was a 3-0 lead before Hannibal Mejbri grabbed a consolation for United. These issues keep on piling for United and Ten Haag, as it always is the case. United fans are becoming hostile towards their manager and the players. Yet again. Some think it's the manager's fault, others think it's the players, others think it's those who run the club that are at fault. But in my opinion, what's going on in United is no different to what happened under Jose Mourinho. It's no different to what happened under Solkjear. It's no different to what happened under Ten Haag, and it's no different to what happened under David Moyes. Ever since Silent Ferguson happened, we've seen the same thing repeat itself over and over and over again. And funny enough, you know what has been caught over time with this? United have always been among the highest spenders. They spend so much money, but nothing ever gets achieved. So what is the common denominator in all of this? The common denominator for me in all of this is the Glazers. The buck stops at the Glazers' door. Every problem that is going on in United now is down to the Glazers, okay? When you own an organization, you own a club, okay? It is your job here to set the tone for how the organization is going to be run. Everything from the work ethic, the seriousness, the staff, the show, and just the incompetence. Everything comes from the Glazers. They are the owners of the club. So it is your job as the owner of your club to set the tone for everything, to organize your club in such a way that everyone performs to the required standard. But what do we see at United? We see players always messing up, and whenever they are called out, nothing is done to these players. They know that they are going to remain. They know that the manager will probably get sacked and they will remain. The players have it easy at United. The players find it so easy to not give their all. The manager, I don't even want to blame managers. I don't like blaming managers because it's very hard on managers. You blame them, but at the end of the day, these guys are not going to step on the pitch and play for the players. So I don't even want to blame Ten Haag. It's not easy. Even though yes, he can still collect some blame because this transfer window he did waste a lot of money. In my opinion, you shouldn't have spent that kind of money you spent on signing a player like Mason Mount. There were other players that were needed for United this season to help them make the next step that they needed to make this season. So that blame should be given to Ten Haag in terms of this transfer window. But other than that, for me, it is the Glazers. Okay, the Glazers have made this. They've destroyed the culture of the club. They put the club in so much debt. It's just, so something has to change. And basically, for me, I think the Glazers need to sell this club and move on so that United can progress. United need new owners more. Even the idea of not even appointing, what they call it. Okay, I just pointed out the fact that Ten Haag is at fault with some of his signings that he made this season because he hasn't really improved his squad the way he needs to. But whose fault is that? When Mikel Arteta came to the club at Arsenal, when Mikel Arteta was coming to the club was also bringing in Edu to also help him because Edu will be the technical director and Mikel Arteta will be the manager. Edu will handle the transfers. We'll put heads with Mikel Arteta to handle the transfers, and they will now sign the players that they need to help the club improve. At United, there's no technical director. There's no director of football. It's just from the top to the manager. The money from there, the top is given to the man. And you give the money, you give such amount of money to the manager. What do you expect? You're going to get an 80 million sign on Mason Mount. How does Mason Mount help United? United needed a ball carrying, a ball retaining midfielder, and they ended up going to go and bring someone who is just a box to box, a workhorse who cannot even retain the ball. So yes, you can blame Ten Haag, but at the end of the day, the buck stops with the management of the club. They needed to bring in a director of football, a competent director of football who will help them organize the club and run the club very well. Every successful team, every successful club that is operating in the world of football has a director of football. They have a technical director. This technical director is the one who is in charge of certain things that will also help support the manager's role so that they can achieve better results. But there is none, and the reason why there is none is because they don't want to change their way of running the club. They don't want someone who is going to come in there and sort of make them realize that, oh, it's them who are at fault. It's them who are at fault for the draw that is going to United. But anyway, I've spoken a lot about United. It's time to move on to another topic because United cannot depress all of us. United, you guys have problems and you need to resolve it. And the first step is getting rid of your owners. Get rid of your owners and the club will improve. In the next game, we also saw another disappointing result for Chelsea. Chelsea drew 0-0 in what was for me probably the most boring game of the weekend. I don't care how exciting it was, all the chances, all the shots. As long as there were no goals, it's a boring game for me. Right. We saw Chelsea fail to score yet again. While we saw a change of tactics from Pochettino, as many have called for him to revert back to his 4-2-3-1 used in pre-season as opposed to this 3-4-1-2 that he has been using, 3-4-2-1 that he has been using at the start of the season. Nothing has really improved at Chelsea. We don't see them scoring or finishing their chances. Chelsea dominated the ball with no end product, with 65% possession. They had the most shots of the two with 14 shots and 6 of them on target. Still no breakthrough. Well, the solution is obvious. Pochettino needs a new striker, or he needs to find a way to get Jackson to the level he needs to be. And also, other players within the team need to also shoulder the responsibility of scoring goals and taking chances. I mean, what do you call it? Raheem Sterling has over 100 goals in the EPL. Conor Gallagher has a knack for scoring goals as well. Where are these guys if Jackson is not scoring? Okay, players need to come and take responsibility for goals and they need to start scoring to help Chelsea. Chelsea needs goals vitally, and I feel like once these goals start to come, we might see a little improvement in Chelsea. They might not be at the top challenging the top teams, but they are better off than 13th position in the league now. So yeah, let's keep an eye on this and let's see what Pochettino will do to improve this team in the next game. Now, in the next game, we saw Man City continue their fantastic start to this season with a comeback 3-1 win over West Ham, who have also been on fire in the first 5 games of the season. We saw goals from Jeremy Doku, who was probably the most dangerous player on the pitch. Bernardo Silva and Haaland. Bernardo Silva also scored 2. Haaland was also relieved to grab the 3rd goal after missing a lot of valuable chances during the game. City keep rolling, and this is a worry for rivals who are challenging them for the title, in particular Liverpool and Arsenal. Alvarez, let's talk about Alvarez. Alvarez was fantastic during this game, and he has been fantastic this season as well in that number 10 role. You understand? Mixing it, being a number 9 when he needs to be, coming deep to also help the midfield. That guy has been scintillating. And I also said something. I said something, but I wasn't too sure. I told someone during the World Cup last season when I was watching Alvarez, I was like, this guy reminds me of Tevez. He's not Aguero, he's not Higuain, he's not even Messi, but he reminds me of Tevez a lot. And I felt like bringing him into the Argentine team during the World Cup will have helped Argentina win the World Cup, and they did. Now you can see him also coming into Man City. The Tevez factor inside of him is starting to show, because Tevez was more like similar to when Rooney. He could play as a striker when he needed to be, but he could also play as a number 10 and play in midfield. And that's why we've seen the success and the changes Guardiola has made this season, because we all know that Guardiola has made changes in order to try to help improve his team, because teams are learning and they are finding ways to stop Man City. So we've seen Guardiola move from this 4-3-3 to this 4-4-2 now, and he has brought Alvarez to partner Haaland in the starting lineup. And where have you ever seen Guardiola play with 2 strikers? Guardiola doesn't usually play with 2 strikers, but he's playing with 2 strikers because he has someone like Alvarez, who has replaced De Bruyne. I think when De Bruyne comes back, they'll go back to their 4-3-3. But this 4-4-2 is working right now because De Bruyne is sort of playing as a number 10, helping the striker when he needs to be, and also helping the midfield. And we saw it with the assist for Bernardo Silva's goal. This guy is the key to this system, and I feel like if he keeps on playing this way, I don't think he will drop. I think even if Kevin De Bruyne comes back, you have to find another position to play in the midfield, because I think that this 4-4-2 is Right, it's an option for City to have. You can't always play this 4-3-3, especially now that even Arsenal have copied you and they've learned. Other teams have copied this new system. Everybody's trying to play this system of inverted fullback, this 4-3-3 that Man City are employing right now. And it is good to see that Guardiola is looking for new ways to improve, new ways to change the way his teams play, to make them more unpredictable and make them more versatile and more dynamic, so that teams will not find them out. So good for Man City, good results, top of the table, sailing 15 points from 5 games. What can I say about Man City? Good start to the season. Long may it continue. I hope not, as an Arsenal fan. Right, in the other game, we saw Arsenal were able to overcome the curse of Goodison Park as they grabbed a narrow 1-0 win over Everton. Arsenal have not been able to win at Goodison Park for the last 5 years. That scoreline actually did flatter Everton because Arsenal actually dominated that game through and through. Arsenal dominated the game completely with over 70% possession, with 13 shots and 4 of them on target, one of which was the goal that Trossard scored. The major talking points of the game were the changes by Mikel Arteta. We saw changes to the goalkeeper. David Raya came in for Ramsdale, and we saw Fabio Vieira came in for Havertz, who sat on the bench. Both changes were very superb for Arsenal. Raya gave Arsenal some composure at the back with his ability to play the ball with his feet and also keep possession for the team, and also his ability to win the ball during corners, which we know that Everton are very dangerous from. As for Vieira, he was unlucky not to add to his tally of 2 assists this season, with his assist from Martinelli's goal cancelled as he was marked for offside. Yes, Declan Rice also. Let's talk about Declan Rice. Declan Rice was solid for Arsenal. He was named the man of the match, rightly so. He kept things sticking in midfield and gave Arsenal the needed physicality and solidity they needed to combat Everton's giants in midfield. I mean, we know that Arsenal, whenever they come up against a team like Everton with big guys like Guy, Doucouré and Onana in midfield, sometimes Arsenal can get overrun. But we've seen that Arsenal are taking further steps to getting to where they need to be. And overcoming this after losing for so many years at this place and not being able to win, it shows that Arsenal are progressing. They may not have had the best start to the season in terms of scoring goals, but they've been solid, they've been good. And also, let's talk about somebody else, Bukayo Saka. What proof do you need to know that Bukayo Saka is a world-class player? How do you know a world-class player? It's not just when they play well and when they're exciting and they do well, they score goals, but when a player doesn't really play too well, but their output is still there. That is the mark of a top quality player. And we saw Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka didn't have the greatest game he's ever had, but he was still able to grab an assist. And that is a sign. If you didn't believe that Bukayo Saka is a top player and he's here to stay and he might win the Ballon d'Or someday, well, this is your confirmation. This guy is a top player, and yes, Arsenal are lucky to have him. So good for Arsenal. Good for them. As things stand right now, City sit top of the table with 15 points, with Spurs in second, Liverpool in third, and Arsenal making the top 4, taking the top 4th position, making the top 4. With all these 3 teams sitting in second, third, and fourth with 13 points, and Chelsea and Manchester United currently sit at 13 and 14 with 6 points from 5 games. And then we also have the relegation sides who are also fighting for relegation. We'll not talk about them because they're not too important. But yeah, so as things stand right now, the top 6 teams, the big teams right now, Arsenal, Man City, Spurs, and Liverpool are all in the top 4, and they are doing well, sitting comfortably, looking well. They've had a good start to the season. Although we can't get carried away yet because it's just 5 games. We need to keep watching to see how things shape up. As for Chelsea United, sitting in 13 and 14, that is not good. That's not a good start. Something needs to be done. Something needs to change, and hopefully let us hope that let's wait and see how things go for them. Let us hope that improvements will be made and better results will come. In La Liga, talking points from La Liga, we saw Barca beat Real Betis by 5-0 in a scintillating performance that saw new boys João Felix and João Cancelo take all the plaudits. Many questioned the idea of Barca loaning Ansu Fati to Brighton and bringing in João Felix from Atletico Madrid, but we saw the reason why, and João Felix delivered what was a man of the match performance. We saw him grab the goal and nearly got an assist as well. I think he should be given the assist for Lewandowski's goal because he basically just allowed the pass came to him and he allowed the pass to go through his legs, knowing fully well that Lewandowski was going to make a run in behind. Lewandowski made a run in behind as João Felix's vision saw it and he got the goal. So I mean, great signing for Barcelona. I'm happy for him also because personally, one of the reasons why I feel that the boy has not really made the progress he needs to have made for his career to be where he needs to be was because he was playing for Atletico Madrid, and Atletico Madrid are a team that they don't dominate the ball as much. They sit back, they are too defensive, and attacking players tend to struggle in teams like that. Coming to a team like Barcelona, who always have the ball, always have ability to create chances, they're always getting the ball. He will have more of the ball to his feet, and he'll be able to do more, show more of his quality. And you can see his first game got a goal. In my opinion, he got an assist as well. So good for him, good for Barcelona. Yes, let's hope that that they will continue like this. And Cancelo was as well. Cancelo was brilliant, scored a goal, and was his usual best, in which we have become accustomed to since his time from Manchester City. And from his performance, he is clearly the best right back in the world. If you didn't know he was the best right back, well, now you know. Cancelo is just, the guy is just too good. I mean, he's everywhere. You see him in the left, you see him in midfield, keeping the ball ticking. You see him at the right, you see him in attack. The guy is just too good. The guy is just too damn good. Only maybe defensively he may not be there. And against a team that maybe will push, will threaten him against the likes of Man. Just imagine if he came up against a Jeremy Doku. Right now, I will not play him against Jeremy Doku ball. I mean, that's not important. The most important right now is that the guy came in his first game for City, he delivered, and he's looking like he's here to really give them the performance that they need. So long may he continue. Me personally, I'm tipping Barcelona to win the La Liga this season. So let's keep an eye and see how things go. In the other game, we saw Madrid, who has to fight back from a 1-0 down to beat Sociedad by 2-1, with goals from Valverde and Joselu. In what was an exciting game to watch for us neutrals, Madrid had 52% possession and Sociedad had 48%. Madrid had 17 shots to 8 on target, with Sociedad 15 shots to 5 on target. As things stand right now, Madrid sit top of the table with maximum points from 5 games, and Barca sits closely behind with 13 points from 5 games. Now, in Serie A, we saw the biggest game of the weekend, the most exciting game of the weekend. We saw Inter Milan and AC Milan, fierce rivals, probably the greatest teams in Italian football outside of Juventus. We saw them clash over the weekend at the San Siro, and Inter Milan, should I just say, Inter Milan demolished AC Milan by 5-1. Guys, Inter Milan demolished AC Milan by 5-1, and these are the top 3. These are the top 3 right now in Serie A. I don't think we will see a 5-1 result if any of the top teams in EPL played. But well, good for them. Inter Milan. Well, we saw a man of the match performance from Mkhitaryan, grabbing a goal and providing chances for his teammates to give Milan a nightmare over the course of 90 minutes. New boy Marcos Thuram was also on form, continuing his good form to the good start to the season, scoring a goal as well. We saw Çalhanoğlu scoring a goal as well for Inter Milan. AC Milan were also able to grab a goal from Rafael Leao, their star boy, but it was not enough against the determined Inter Milan side. So right now in the Italian league, as this stand, Inter Milan sit top with 12 points from 4 games, and Juventus sits second and AC Milan sit in third. Roma were also able to thrash Empoli by 7-0, which is good for Jose Mourinho. First win of the season, good for them. So guys, that's it, man. That's it for today's video. That's it for the weekend's game and excitement. With a lot of exciting games, a lot of fun, exciting, interesting games, interesting results, great performances, some poor performances, but still it was an exciting weekend. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Please, we need the channel. We need it to help the channel to grow. And also do not forget to click the notification button so that you get notified every time we drop a video. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys in the next video. Bye.
Packaged by iKing